Hey everyone, today I'm going to be talking about what it is that brought about my motivation and determination to make changes when it came to my health and to my weight loss. Uh, I, I don't know about you, but I know for me, no great changes came about easily. It was usually motivated, or is usually motivated by some sense of pain. It certainly was true in my case. Uh, Almost 2 years ago, I had a son who was struggling, who is just awesome, but he was struggling with some things, and uh, I had worked really close with some agencies to get him into state's custody for a little bit, just to get him some services that were desperately needed in his behalf. And I go to court with these agencies being told it was a slam dunk. Hey, you know what? He'll be able to get these services that he needs, and it will be fine. So I go to court thinking that we got a slam dunk. Hey, he's going to get this help. Just to see my ex-husband there, who I hadn't seen in years. Now, this is the man that raped me. This is the man that terrorized me. And so I go to court expecting just to get my son help, and now I'm facing my rapist again. Well, the judge, the judge had invited him because he was the other parent, but none of him or the guardian ad litem took the time to look at what he had done to me or my family. Here we have a 14-year-old boy who needed help, and a guardian ad litem met with my son, and rather, of course, being 14 and not wanting to go into state's custody, he says he wants to go with his dad, and the guardian ad litem, who never even looked at the history, who just met my son 2 seconds before court, said to the judge, "Oh, we'll let him go with his dad." Well, the judge heard the agency and what we were trying to do to get him help, and the judge said he didn't want my son to age out in system, and he out of nowhere gave custody to my ex-husband, who never even had a visitation right before then. Well, I was devastated, obviously, and totally blown off the tracks. Well, I left that courtroom devastating. I had to go get my son's things to meet him at a truck stop. And then they were leaving the state because my ex-husband lived in a different state. Well, I was at the side of the road crying. I talked to my friend Amy, and my friend Amy said, there's just got to be a plan. I mean, within 30 minutes of that court, my ex-husband sending me the same messages he did the night he raped me, telling me I was a fat ass, that nobody would want me. And I just felt like I was raped that day again. Not only from my ex-husband, from the legal system, from the judge, and everything I was doing for my son, who I just love with all my heart. I just felt like everything was for naught. Well, just a few days after that, my boyfriend, who is now my fiance, by the way, but my boyfriend at the time had said a comment that perhaps I ought to lose some weight, and I can't describe it other than something inside of me broke, and it snapped, and whatever little fight I had left in me, I looked right at him and said, "You would be the last person to say that to me. I will lose 100 pounds this year, and that's it." And he said, "Oh yeah, well, if you do that, I'll give you $1,000. Well, yeah, those are the events I brought up. But anyway, the next videos will be what's happened next, and just trust me, God has a plan. That day was the most awful day of my life, but it's brought about some of the greatest blessings.